I'll just wait till it pops up.
All
right. I think the stream is coming up now. Okay. Hi, everybody. If you're watching, there we are. Joe. Supposed to wave Howard. Myself. Dom Tibbetts just got offset. He called us the big three, like we're the Heat. He said Joe is LeBron, Howard was Bosch, and I'm D. Wade. All right, we got one segment left.
But you're taller than I am.
Who?
Bosch was taller than LeBron, right?
Yeah. All right, stand by. We'll be right back, guys. All right, welcome back, everybody. Final thoughts for the first half hour as we get ready to answer your questions and look ahead for the Buffalo Bills. Howard said he had a good final thought. I'm excited here.
I did. I was going to mention the tight ends and the wide receivers and thank them for their blocking efforts in the run game last night. Then I was thinking, hey, James Cook, he's only 54 yards behind Jonathan Taylor for the lead in rushing yards in the NFL. Those pale in comparison to what today is. It's December 1st. It's a very special day. In fact, it's a one-year anniversary of a very special non-event that involved the gentleman sitting to my right. 1 year ago tonight, the Bills had the snow game against the San Francisco 49ers.
They did.
And someone was supposed to do a snow angel with Dom Tibbetts after the game. Sean McDermott did it. Josh Allen did it. When Matt Beauvais, God forbid, Matt wouldn't have some fun, be a good colleague at Channel 7 and do a snow angel for poor Dom underpaid Tibbetts. Nope, Matt wouldn't do it. Ho, ho, ho.
Some real boss energy from you there.
Oh, yeah. Because back in the day, we would have done snow angels together. Me and Joe having being pals out on the football field.
You wouldn't have done them in the first place.
No,
that's right. You're no fun.
That's right.
I have a 40-minute drive back home after a game. Why would I lie on the ground and get all snowy and wet? Yeah, you're fired up. That was a good final thought. Did Don put you up to this?
No, but he actually inspired me to use it.
I'm really glad. Go ahead.
I don't know how to follow it. I'll say Jackson Hawes had a great game, and he was vital to their entire running game throughout the evening against the Steelers, and how he was really able to angle defenders and allow James Cook to get outside the numbers a few times to put him one-on-one with cornerbacks. That was a big piece of that game. So Jackson Hawes, big game for him in the first time for the last month and a half or so.
If you are incredibly online, you probably saw after the game last night that Cam Hayward, one of the Steelers defensive tackles, was pretty heated and going after Josh Allen because he said Josh Allen need him intentionally during the game. I am here to say that is about as loser energy as you can get. It is a weird thing to be talking about after you just gave up a historic amount of yards on the ground and failed to take advantage of two backup offensive linemen for the Buffalo Bills. Did it happen? I do not know. But it is such a weird thing to be talking about and a soft thing to be. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, if you were a leader on that team, I feel like that is the last thing you should be talking about after an embarrassing loss. So that is just my take on that.
Well, he didn't want to talk about the embarrassing loss, so change the subject.
Change the subject to something that makes it look like even more embarrassing for your team. Also, Jalen Ramsey now 0-8 against Josh Allen in his career, for what it's worth. All right, Snow Angels during the commercial. We're coming up and answering your questions on the other side of the break. We'll be right back. Go. Oh, we already have one. Yeah, he was acting like a baby crying about it. It was weird. It was a very weird
Did he actually knee him? I assume he did, right?
Yeah.
The video does not look like it's like
replay. There's a different play.
It's the play that he got up on his face and snapped it. Not the touchdown.
No.
There was a run.
There was one where he whipped him down, and it wasn't that one.
Oh, that's why I couldn't find it, because it wasn't that play. Okay, I thought he needed
still,
when he was in the
It has nothing to do with the act itself. That is not making it fine. Like, that was not a good thing that he did. You guys are good to take the IFBs out.
I already
It's
did.
just, it's a weird thing to be talking about after a game. Is it not?
Yeah, it is odd. But
he getting
he
killed.
He wouldn't have volunteered it. Someone I'm sure in the reporter would have gone, hey, why were you so pissed off at Josh?
Of course.
What was going on?
Yeah.
That's when so I don't know that he would have said, guys, I got something to get off my chest.
Somebody asked, do you know what play it was?
I'd have to go back on film, but I was looking for it on film, and it looked like it was a different play where they got up kind of together. I don't think it was the one where he slammed him down.
Okay.
There was too much interference.
I'm surprised that we didn't use Brandon Cooks more in this game, Gary says. I mean, he kind of got a lot of snaps for somebody who joins the team. Like,
he got 17.
What did Keon have?
I think he was near 30.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was around like 40-something%. He got a lot in the second half. He did not have much in the first half.
Angelo, Allen was so great about, because he won. Angelo's comment is about how Josh Allen addressed the Cam Hayward stuff. It's easier to make those comments when you win, and, Josh kind of danced around a little bit.
Context, that Cam Hayward interview didn't happen before Josh's did. So we didn't know the exact reason why Cam Hayward was so hot.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so that's why he was able to
So it wasn't
okay,
on
we're
this
coming
third
back in
down
10,
run.
guys.
I don't know. I don't have it off here.
Oh, yeah.
Just going along to the beat. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the second half hour of Leading the Charge. Matt Bove, Howard Simon, Joe Biscuit. What?
You're such
You're
a
pounding
child.
on the table.
Yeah, it was just going along with the beat a little bit. We already have some great questions, so let's get to some of them. I really like this question from Daniel, who's watching on Facebook. Can the Bills run on Cincy like they did on the Steelers?
Yes, because everyone can.
Everybody can.
Literally everyone.
So that's the thing about this game. I think the Bengals are good, right? I think their offense is very talented, and Joe Burrow obviously changes everything. But their run defense is really 31st in the NFL.
Not only is their run defense horrid, they are giving up one of the worst rates of receptions and yardage to tight ends.
Historically bad.
Oh, so it's a Dalton Kincaid comeback.
It is a huge Dalton Kincaid game.
Yeah.
Whatever his over-under is, make sure you check it before the game.
They will get theirs. They absolutely,
As long as he
offensively, will get some points in some big plays, and Joe Burrow has played well against the Bills in the past and all of that stuff. But the one thing you feel good about is hey, the Bills' pass defense has been pretty good, and you think that this offensively should be a get-right game. You know what the line is? Have you looked it up?
I saw the over-under. I didn't see what the line was.
Do you know what the line is?
6.5?
6.5. So the Bills are
51.
I didn't know that, by the way.
You didn't know that?
That was a
You
flat
just
guess.
guessed it. 6.5.
Yeah.
So, the Bills are about a touchdown favorite. The Bengals are playing for their lives, really, at this point. And the Bills,
they're only 2 games out of first in that division.
if they win against the Bills, they can win the AFC North.
Well, they still have to play Pittsburgh and
They
Baltimore
can win
at
the
least once
AFC
each.
North even if they don't beat the Bills.
And that feels a little lofty.
Why?
Because, 8
They play
and
the
9,
Ravens next week.
I know, but the Steelers, I know.
The Steelers?
I know.
You know who else plays the Ravens?
Pittsburgh.
Patriots, I know.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's a really interesting game, which brings us, nice tease, nice segue there.
I didn't
Almost
mean
like
it.
you knew what the format was.
Somebody just asked about the Patriots. Oh, it's Jack. He didn't ask about the Patriots specifically. Jack on Facebook said, how Bills still win division. Jack, how the Bills still win the division. Probably,
Starts with a loss tonight.
it starts with a loss tonight. So the
It doesn't have to be tonight.
It doesn't have to be tonight.
Would
It
help.
would make people feel better.
If
if
they
it
lose
happened tonight.
if they lose tonight, the Bills have a very, very real chance at winning the AFC.
Sure.
It's not better than 50% or anything like that, but because you think about the Patriots' remaining schedule, they still play the Ravens,
At
they play the
Baltimore.
Bills,
Yep.
and sneakily they play the Dolphins, who
Yep.
aren't playing
Jets.
that bad right now. So you wonder if the Bills win once, now all of a sudden you're just a game back. But if they finished with the same record, how does
It would
have the division
depend on
conference record?
division record
Division record.
as well.
Remember, the Bills would have 2
So that's
division
why-
losses.
Yes. So that's
New
why
England
the
has
Jets
to
and Dolphins
lose
game.
to the Jets or Dolphins
would
if
be
there's a
big.
tie.
So they would not have the tiebreaker as of right now.
No.
Because
Assuming the Bills beat New England,
yes.
they still wouldn't have the tiebreaker.
Okay. All right. So that's
They would need to finish a game ahead at this point unless the Patriots lose to both of those teams.
okay. All right. Scott. So is this the Bills defense we can expect from now on, or was it just that bad of a Steelers offense?
I don't think it was I think there's some gray area here. I don't think it was totally because the Steelers had some stuff going on with their offense. This is a Steelers offense that has lit it up for some points at times this season. Their run game has actually been pretty good for the most part. They just have been super inconsistent, and that's been kind of the story of their season. Very stagnant on offense. I will say the strides that the Bills defense has made are, I think it's sticky. I don't think it will be a shutdown ceiling game performance each way we go, because that's not sustainable coming up this week against the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, they're going to have something to say about that. Chase Brown, by the way, is running his butt off.
Yeah,
right
he's
now.
good.
He has been awesome over the last like 6 games or so. So that trio and an offensive line that's been playing better, it's going to give the Bills defense some problems. But the encouraging thing here is for the Bills that when you're going up against a defense that is not as good as what the Steelers bring to the table, then you have the opportunity for your offense to kind of pick up some of the slack that maybe the defense is giving up. I just think overall, the ceiling, from what I've seen from the defense, the ceiling of this team has kind of gone up for me. Because not like they're going to steal games or anything like that.
No, but at least they're playing complementary football.
They're going to set the table enough to where the offense doesn't have to go hero mode every single week. Now, are they going to have some down weeks? Sure. But I really think the way that this Bills defense has played over the last month or so is very encouraging for the home stretch here.
I mean, I think it's encouraging too. Now, the statement we're going to make, though, that I'm going to make is going to be where the Bills have lived for years now, and that's a problem come playoff time. It's not necessarily a problem in the regular season. That is, the defense will be good enough to help, to not hurt the team, they're not good enough to carry the team on its back if the Bills' offense is struggling. But I just need them to be complimentary. I need them to not make me nervous every time they take the field. They are making strides. I think you've seen strides. We talked about it in the secondary. You talked about it at the linebacking group. When Oliver gets back, that would be huge. So I just need them to be a good, solid unit. I don't need them to be the Houston Texans. They're not going to be the Houston Texans defense.
No, they don't have the pass rush for that.
Right. I just need them to do your part. And hopefully the offense will get its passing attack in place eventually. But that's all I need right now. I just need them to be, hey, guys, it's a close game. Make some key stops. Play like you did actually the last 2 games.
Yeah, Ryan, you brought up Ed Oliver. Ryan asks, any update on Ed Oliver? Is there a chance he returns by the end of the regular season? I don't know if there's a chance he returns by the end of the regular season. What I can tell you, though, is last week while we were at practice, we watched Ed Oliver come back out, and he looked noticeably different and more mobile. You got an update?
I asked Sean on Friday if there's a chance he could come back in the regular season, and he said to me, valid question. I don't have any information on that right now.
So 2 weeks ago, we saw Ed Oliver at practice with a massive brace, and he was, walking like he had a massive brace on. Last week, walking around with a football, throwing it up in the air, catching, didn't have the brace on. So it feels like at least he's trending in the right direction. He's also had very, very high spirits this entire time. So we shall see.
That's just Ed Oliver.
That's just Ed Oliver. Angelo says we can't lose any more games. And then Juan says, if the Bills win out, is there any chance they can get the 1 seed?
Yes.
I mean, that's what would need to happen.
Yes.
They need to, if they win out, they have a puncher's chance at getting the 1 seed. But if they win out, and if they win out, I would say then there's probably at least a good chance that they win the AFC East. But that loss, the Broncos
Denver's
win last
got a
night.
really brutal schedule after.
Denver has a very, very hard stretch.
Green Bay, Jacksonville, KC, Chargers. So their last
5 games left is a lot. I was screwing around with the Athletic New York Times playoff machine this morning. If the Bills win 2 of their last 5 games, they've got about a 75% chance of getting in. That's just 2 of their last 5. So they're in a really good spot. Yesterday went a long way.
They're making the playoffs. They're not losing to the Jets in Week 18 for the regular season finale at Highmark Stadium. That's not happening. And all they have to do is win one other, and then they have 3/4 of a chance.
I think if I'm doing this correctly, they're now 12-12 on the road since 2023 because of their win yesterday. But they are 24-3, including the playoffs during that stretch in Orchard Park. With 3 games left, I don't think they're going to match their 3-year total of home losses in their last 3 games. That would be pretty bad. All right, we are going to take a quick commercial break. If you're watching on TV, if you're watching on the stream, don't go anywhere. We're going to continue. It's going to be weird because as of right now, it looks like the division is not going to happen. Like realistically, it's a long shot. That would mean the last game at the stadium.
It
literally only takes one loss from the Patriots. For this whole thing to get interesting.
If the Patriots lose tonight and the Bills beat the Bengals,
doesn't even have to be tonight.
Again, but if it does, the Bills are playing for a chance to tie New England after that game in Foxborough.
If they win,
they'll be dead even.
If they win against the
3
Bengals,
games to go, right? But let's say the Patriots lose to the Bills and the Ravens. All right, so that's.
They're 4
losses right there.
Yep.
They get
Bills
one more loss.
Lose one other game. Patriots need to lose either the Jets or at home against Miami.
But the Bills would have to win out.
And the Bills have to roll. That's right. It's not a long shot. It's doable. It would really help for them to lose to the Giants tonight.
Yeah. How close are Kincaid and Palmer to being ready? What you're looking at right now, by the way, is the standings for those of you who are interested. Even with the Bills' chances of making the playoffs, they are still currently in 7th place. Here's the one thing that I will say, and this is a strange thing to say. As of right now, 6th and 7th place might be better than 5th place. If you're not going to win the division, I think you would rather finish 6th or 7th.
The North might just be bad this year, man.
Yeah, but would you rather play against
Lamar doesn't look right.
I know he doesn't
At
look
Baltimore,
right.
at
That's still
maybe
a month.
Denver.
That's still 6 weeks
Derrick
away.
Henry's yards after contact metric has gone down a lot this year.
There's something about that.
Would you rather play the Colts or the Ravens?
You might have to play the Jaguars.
Or that's
the
what I mean,
Colts are going to blow the division. Their schedule's tough.
So it's probably, would you rather play the Texans again or the Jags? Or excuse me.
It doesn't matter. I think the Bills can beat either of them.
I think of all of the teams currently in the playoff picture, the only team I think I would legitimately be fearful of is the Ravens and the Broncos. The Broncos are really good.
I don't know. I
think the Broncos.
I don't know that I see it about the Ravens.
They're
I think
really
the
good
AFC North is just
defensively.
down this year.
I think the Broncos get so lucky. They just win a bunch of.
The Broncos are like the Chiefs last year, but instead of Patrick Mahomes, it's Bo Nix, and eventually I feel like that bubble pops.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it.
I mean, it almost did last night
against a team playing their backup quarterback.
True. What is it? 7 straight games that have won by like.
It's all 1
3
scores,
points
right?
or something.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that usually turns around.
Usually it does.
As the Chiefs have found out this year.
Let's see what their last stretch is, and I think they're good.
Should have lost to the Giants.
Obviously, their defense is very, very good.
All the games.
So they won by 3. Oh my God, this is crazy. So their last games won by 1, won by 3, won by 3, won by 3, won by 20, won by 1, won by 2, won by 4.
Washington backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Houston backup quarterback. Giants. Dart played that game.
Yeah.
They were down 10 in the 4th quarter to the Giants.
Yeah.
They came back.
All right, welcome back, everyone. And during the commercial break, we were having the conversation about the AFC. So now it feels like a natural way to bring this up. I want to first start with this question or this comment from Angelo, and then we can bring up the standings. Angelo says, at this point, it doesn't matter. I believe we can beat them all. What Angelo is referring to is the current playoff outlook in the AFC. This is strange if you have been a football fan for the last several years because there are some notable teams not on this list. Can we bring up the standings right here and show you exactly what we're talking about? So this is the current AFC standings. The Broncos are in first. If the Patriots win tonight, they'll actually leapfrog them. They'll be in first place. The Bills are in 7th. What I said during the commercial was that of the teams that are on that list, the team that still scares me the most is the Ravens. Joe disagreed and said that he doesn't know if the Ravens are still the Ravens that, we are thinking of. But I do think there is a point to be made, like Angelo said. They can beat any team on that screen. Undoubtedly. I'm not saying they will.
You're talking about the Bills.
The Bills.
Yes.
The Bills can beat any one of those teams.
Yeah.
I've confidently can say that. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, the AFC is as open as it's ever been.
I know, it's crazy.
That's not a stretch. I mean, the Broncos defense is legit.
Broncos defense is phenomenal.
I will say that. And the Bills offense clearly going through some things.
Sure.
Over the last month or so. But even that said, the Bills, they could absolutely go to any one of those barns and come away with a victory.
The thing that you fear is that this team has still not won a road playoff game. So in order to do this,
it's a little bit of an asterisk.
Because it's all Kansas City except the one Houston game.
Right.
Which was 6 years ago.
McDermott's first road playoff game was the Jacksonville game.
Sure.
Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
10-3?
10-3.
10-3.
10-3, that game.
Hey, that's the last time Jalen Ramsey beat the Bills, right?
Yeah, but he didn't beat Josh.
I know.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. It's kind of crazy.
I think they have the deal is you want them to win the division. Obviously, you'd like to make sure you have a home game. Just get in. That's the whole thing about the AFC this year, right?
Just get in.
Nobody would scare you. You just need to get in, even though you might have to go on the road multiple times. Just get in. They could beat anybody.
Here's the thing. Like, you could be the 5 seed, beat the 4 seed. It is very conceivable
that you're hosting something.
That the 6 and 7 win.
Yeah,
right.
I know.
That you're hosting the next 2.
The thing that you fear is that you don't fear, because if you were you would sign up right now. If you found out you were hosting a playoff game and it was the AFC Championship, you'd sign up for that right now, regardless of who the opponent is. The thing, though, is that what my preseason prediction was like there's a chance it could be the Chiefs still.
Mhm.
You know, the Chiefs are not dead.
They could run the table.
If the Chiefs get in as the 7 seed, the Bills get in as the 5 seed, they both win their 2 games. All of a sudden, it's Buffalo against Kansas City in the AFC Champ. You would sign up for that immediately, obviously.
That's exactly what you laid out at the beginning of the season.
I know, and if I'm right, I mean, like, that's crazy.
But you wouldn't be totally right.
I said
Because you said they would be the 1 seed.
Did I say they'd be the
You
1
did.
seed? Okay.
Bills Packers, right? Was that your
Little
Bills
different.
Packers.
Those
Bills
are
Packers.
Little different.
Bills Packers. And I still think that there's a shot of that. So we
Sure.
shall see. We got
Oh,
1
you don't
minute.
believe in the Ben Johnson Bears?
I think the Ben
God.
Johnson Bears are legit.
That's
I keep
incredible.
thinking about like what this team would look like with Ben Johnson as their head coach. It would be pretty crazy. Is there any team not on that list besides the Chiefs that you think could make some noise in the AFC? Like that's not currently in a playoff spot? Is it the
Well,
Bengals?
I would bring up Houston. I'm not obviously their defense is tremendous.
Yeah.
I thought their offense looked a little better with
Yeah.
Stroud coming back.
Yeah, for sure.
So I would say Houston, and they could still win that division. Actually,
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
I
What do
think
you
it's totally wide open. I think the Bills could beat anyone in the AFC, and I also think they could lose to anyone in the AFC.
Yeah,
It's a
they're
crazy
exactly as good as anybody they play and exactly as bad as anybody they play. All right, if you're watching on the stream, we will continue this conversation during the commercial. And if you're watching on TV, well, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. I have to do a very important thing.
you can't go to the bathroom until after the
No,
show.
I have to check and see the score of the Sabres game.
Oh boy.
I thought it was a 7:45 game.
7:30. Well,
7:45.
Is it a 7:45
It's
puck
on-
drop?
I saw that it's on Amazon or Prime in Canada,
Uh-huh.
and they do a 45 start time. For those
Oh,
games.
so that's what it is. Okay. I'm
They
glad
moved-
that you said something.
Somebody tweeted it out earlier.
I
don't remember
also
who it
have to
was.
do a very important thing. I need to
Set your
check the
fantasy
score
roster?
of the Hornets and Nets.
Uh-huh.
You people, can you focus on the show, gentlemen?
Gary, the
Are
team
you
with-
watching on the stream? These two guys.
What scares me about the Bills is that they can beat themselves. That is an unbelievably valid comment, Daniel. That is legitimately the Bills in a nutshell. It's what happened.
You're right. They could absolutely go if they had to go on the road in the wild card round. They could lose the first game.
Yeah,
Of course they could.
of course.
They're they have flaws.
But they could roll it.
They could.
They could.
That's the crazy thing about this team. They could run the table. They could make the Super Bowl out of this conference this year.
It feels
Especially if the Chiefs
it
are
feels a little, and it's once again we're getting ahead of ourselves. They're not even in yet. But the year that the Rams won, they were a wild card team, and they got hot at the right time, and they got to the Super Bowl, and it was a weird NFC year that year, and they got hot, and that's what they did. And it's like, okay, if you have to win 3 games against the Jags, the Colts, and the Broncos, do I like their chances of winning all 3 of them? No. Could they? Yeah,
Yep.
they could.
Of course they could.
You know, they still have like one of the best players in the entire league.
Can I push back on that theory a little bit?
Sure.
I don't think they're the Rams team from a few years ago because
They
the
don't have
Rams
the Rams
actually
defense.
the Rams actually went out and did something at the trade deadline.
Yeah,
that
they had
year.
Von Miller, they
But-
had
but
Aaron
also-
Donalds, they had
We've lived this before where it's like, oh, they're kind of reminding me of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they got hot right before the playoffs,
Yeah.
and then they just it didn't
See,
happen.
I would push back on saying they're not that Rams team by saying they do have Michael Hoyt,
What's the one thing?
who is on that Rams team.
who is 50 pounds heavier at the
Doesn't
time.
matter.
What's the one thing? So you
Yes.
said the defense has been trending up.
Yes.
What is the one thing you would need to see to change that statement about hey, they could absolutely make a Super Bowl run?
The
It's
passing
attack.
The passing attack needs
Right.
to get itself in order.
Right.
Well,
And I just don't know.
They
that
have to
it
look
so
dangerous.
okay, so Rob asked, nobody's answering whether Kincaid and Palmer are coming back.
I am
Feel-
assuming Kincaid is back. I'm not sure about Palmer.
Sure. So I would agree with that, Rob. It feels like Kincaid was close, but they always tend to be overcautious with hamstring injuries, especially, and the fact that it's Dalton Kincaid. Joe's point about the Bengals in their what's the word?
Suspect.
I was going to say
Susceptible.
susceptible. Would that have been the proper usage?
Both are good.
Suspect is good.
Susceptible is good.
Susceptible. Don't ever. We're on camera.
Susceptibility.
That's what I was going to go.
Ah.
I don't think that's a word.
Yes, it
Their
is.
susceptibility
Yeah.
to be beaten by tight ends. Damn.
Oh,
That's what I was going to say.
That's what you're wondering. I thought you were talking about the
Is that a word?
susceptibility.
I love them.
Look it up.
Welcome back. Have a new word in the Rolodex. Susceptibility is now stowed away in the back
Spell it.
pocket. Oh, you know what? I forgot to tell you.
Did you hear him?
Spell it.
No chance. You know what I forgot to tell you the other day?
What's that?
Is that on Thanksgiving, I was at my mom's house and she told me, she was like, hey, good use of verticality the other day on the show. So I was like, yeah, look, she was watching it. I had verticality in there. Rob asked during the commercial break, nobody is answering whether Kincaid or Palmer are coming back. Would you like to say the same thing just for our TV audience?
Yeah, I'm of the belief that Kincaid will be back for this game. Palmer, I'm not sure, just because the injury, re-aggravation, flare-up, whatever you want to call it, happened on Wednesday of last week. He did get in a limited session on Friday, so there's a chance, but I am of the belief that Kincaid is closer.
All right, about 10 minutes ago, Keith asked on Facebook, so if you guys can find in the control room his comment, how does Howard and Joe see these next two games? These are two big games. Howard, how do you feel?
I mean, I feel very good about this game. Well, okay. I do feel very good about this game. I stopped myself because anytime they play Joe Burrow, who the heck knows?
Who the heck would know?
Burrow could put up 35 on this defense.
Yep.
The good news is the Bills should put up 40 on the defense for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah.
So I feel good about this because I don't think the Bengals defense, as much as we've said, what's up with the Bills offense, passing attack, yada, 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 I feel good about this game because ultimately I think the Bills will be able to outscore whatever Joe Burrow does.
I am unsure about this Bengals game because, you can look at paper and everything like that. Joe Burrow has a galvanizing effect over this entire Cincinnati Bengals roster.
Yeah, they look so different.
They
feel so
shut
different.
down Lamar Jackson in that game. And Lamar isn't moving the same way as he did. I mean, I'm sure injuries probably having something to do with it, but the Bengals looked like halfway competent on defense.
They're getting better on that side of the ball. They're not as trash as they were earlier in the season.
To me, it's really the Burrow effect because when you have that franchise guy back there and all you have to do is just like hold up and you force the team into a field goal, like this guy's going to come out there and get 7 and put you ahead. There's something to be said for that in the NFL.
But like I said, he's had numerous games going back to last season when they kept scoring 30, 34, and they lose.
It's something different about him coming back and like the whole. They've been
aura.
waiting the entire year.
The aura. It feels like they're ready to make a push. All right. Mo said, why did they take Keon Coleman's jersey down off of their website? Just so you know, Mo, I did just literally while you asked that, go and check on the Bills website. Keon Coleman is still on the roster and everything. And maybe they just weren't selling.
Might be talking about the shop.
Yeah, maybe they just weren't selling. So they're like, all right, let's put
not
a
a super high demand at the moment.
Not a super high demand on this one.
The other game. He asked about the next two games. I'm feeling much better about the Cincinnati game than the New England game. Right?
Okay.
Might flip that.
Quick commercial break.
I'm not going to do it yet.
I think I would flip it too. Quick commercial break. One segment left coming up. Can we play a fun game during this commercial break? Can I have a little fun, Joe?
Why are you asking me? I like fun.
Okay.
Only
the Buffalo Sabres.
Oh, God.
Oh, Joe gets to name a Sabre.
Buffalo Sabres are up 2-0.
Really?
2 minutes into the game.
Holy crap.
2 goals in 18 seconds.
Wow.
The first goal was scored by somebody named Jason. What is his last name? I'll even give you the first initial. It's a Z.
Peters.
Wait.
Jason Z. What is his last name? He's been in the league for a long time. You don't know him as a Sabre probably, but you've probably heard his name.
Zucker.
Yes.
Hey!
Well done. That was good. All right.
Double down.
Did you know he was on the Sabres up until this moment?
No idea.
Push it all into the
I don't
middle
know.
of the
I just
table.
had an out-of-body experience.
Okay.
Double it down.
The second goal is scored by somebody with the first name Bowen.
Okay.
The last initial starts with a B.
Oh, I actually read about this guy because Fairburn.
The Athletic was probably right.
Is it Byram?
Bowen Byram.
Woo! He's on the hockey beat. Look out, Matthew Fairburn. You got competition.
That was good. I'm impressed.
Thank
and
you.
now
Thank you so much.
You have 2 more names in your Rolodex. I have Suspectability. Is that what it was?
Susceptibility.
Susceptibility.
You are suspected.
Whatever.
Suspectability is your broadcasting.
Maybe after comments like suspectability. Look at him laughing.
Well, you said suspectability.
I hope Mama Bove is watching now.
No, we're on the stream still,
You
so
said
we're good.
susceptibility after susceptibility is a word. I'm adding that in the pocket.
Hey, Matt's mom, how you feeling now about your
No,
kid?
once again, stream.
She doesn't stream?
No.
Can we bring this up when we get back on the air?
Sure.
No,
So, what did I say? Susceptibility.
You said suspectability.
Okay.
Which might be a word.
Could be.
You guys are so much fun.
I'll have a Hornets question for you after the
Oh, goodness gracious.
Michael Jordan.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We were having fun with my vocabulary during the commercial break. Megan says, got to clean up the penalties on special teams and starting with less than ideal field position. There is a hidden problem for it's not hidden because we're talking about it. Their average field position starts stink. Mm-hmm. It is a really
outside of the Tampa game.
Yeah, it is a nuisance for them. It feels like every game they take a holding penalty on every single punt on a fair catch, a completely unnecessary, stupid holding penalty, or a block in the back every time they try and return something.
I'd also still like to see them clean up the turnovers a little bit. They had 2, but they've had, 11 turnovers now in the last 4 games from offense and special teams.
Yeah, that's part of the, how the 1-score game thing, how that's kind of flipped on Kansas City.
Yep.
The turnover efficiency last year has flipped on Buffalo.
Oh, they've gone
in a big way.
They've gone completely opposite the Chiefs have.
All right, we got 2 minutes here. Carlton, Brady situational play calling is still in question to me. How do you guys feel about it? You can start, Howard.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything that bugged me last night. Honestly, I really think if you're freaking out about Joe Brady, I'd give him a pass for last night. I mean, no Deion Dawkins, no Spencer Brown, no Dalton Kincaid, TJ Watt, Alec Anderson, Ryan Vandermark. I'm not going to.
He also had a baby that morning.
Yeah.
That's right. Congratulations.
Congratulations to him.
Daughter, right? I would give him a little bit of. I'm not going to read that much into that game plan because I think it would have been really stupid to expose Josh.
I agree with Howard to a certain degree. However, I will say he has shown continued tendencies of
predictability.
When something's working, he doesn't like
run on first down, run on first down, run on first down.
It's not even that. Yeah. It's doing the same play 3 or 4 times in a row.
Ray Davis had like 2 big runs, and then he tried it again,
and then it was a big loss, and it was the exact same thing.
My God, the wide receiver screens, I'm just so tired.
They only ran 1.
I know, and it went nowhere. It lost yardage.
Somebody commented, he tweeted last night, 1-0, #GirlDad Joe Brady, and one of the top comments was, congratulations on the birth of your daughter. Stop throwing wide receiver screens. Did you send that to me? Which was really funny. Real quick, somebody asked us why so many fair catches last night. Let Davis return 1 or 2. The wind was crazy bad last night. So if you were watching on the TV broadcast, it might not have looked that windy. I can tell you it was really, really windy. So at those ones, just make sure you catch the ball. All right. That is Joe Buscaglia. This is Howard Simon. Sabres guy. I am Matt Beauvais. Susceptibility.
Nice.
I have a susceptibility to say words wrong. For Michaela and Michelle in the control room. Have a lovely evening, everybody. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye, stream. Go do a snow angel.
Susceptibility. I'd have to drive down to the Erie, Pennsylvania line for that, I think, which is not something that I feel like doing for the second time today. Adam Schefter about Herbert.
Yeah, just had the surgery.
Day to day.
Apparently,
he wants to play.
Who were they? Did he play through this before? Same thing?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Isn't this kind of the